So on to the next one. This graph is basically a sine graph, and the derivative of sine is cosine, so I plugged cosine into my graphing calculator to help me graph the velocity versus time graph, which looks like that. Starting out with this first part, you can see that the velocity is going in the positive direction, but it starts out pretty quick, but it's slowing down the whole time, until it gets to there, and the velocity goes into the negative direction. So right here you can see the velocity starts out pretty quick, and it's slowing down, and then right there it crosses to a negative velocity. And from here to here you can see the velocity is still speeding up. It's still speeding up in the negative direction, and then right here is where it actually starts to slow down and head towards the positive direction. So you can see right here the velocity is getting higher and higher and higher and higher, and then right there it starts to slow down and head towards the positive direction. Now, this point right here on the distance graph is right where the velocity starts to go into the positive direction. So this point right here corresponds with this point right here on the velocity versus time graph. And after that point you can see that the velocity starts to increase but starts to slow down again. As you can see right here, the velocity is pretty much immediately starting to slow down, and then it comes to a stop again and heads back and starts to become a negative velocity again. So starting right here you can see the velocity starts to slow down, and it crosses into a negative velocity. So this point right here on the graph, right here, corresponds with this point right here, where it starts to become negative. The slope becomes negative. Now this portion right here is showing the velocity in the negative direction, and this little end part right here is representing that on the velocity versus time graph, the velocity heading towards the negative direction. And that's about it.